Hobby Plus and Furitek continue to collaborate together to release awesome new models. Today we're checking out their newest release, the CR18P 2024. This is a new ready-to-run 18th scale brushless mini crawler that includes many of the features of the Furitek RTRs, but at a more affordable price and with some new features not yet seen. So today we're going to take a deeper dive into this thing. I'm going to show you the key features. We're going to open this thing up. I'll show you what comes in the box. We'll do our normal suite of performance tests, and then we're going to hit the course and we're going to hit the rocks to see how this thing performs in a variety of different conditions. So let's kick this off with a closer look at the truck. Let's check out the box itself before we get into it. So this is the very familiar packaging from the CR18P. Got the updated 2024 logos all over it. Got nice graphics on the side. We've got highlights of some of the key features here. We got the Hobby Plus and Furitek branding on it. Inside the box, along with the truck and the radio, which we'll go over in a minute, we get some other components here. We get our detailed owner's manual here. We get our standard wall charger. We get a T-wrench. We also get this new Furitek programming card, which I'm going to go over in a little more detail later as well. The radio that comes with the truck is this familiar FlySky 2.4 gigahertz 4-channel radio. We got all your basic trim dual rate functions here. Easily reverse the throttle and the steering. Nice little radio, small, compact, perfect for one-handed driving. We got an auxiliary channel 3, 3-position switch on the side, and a push button channel 4 here. And we do get a 600 milliamp 2S LiPo battery that also comes with the truck. And let's take a look at the truck itself. Starting with the exterior, so this comes with the Rushmore Lexan body on it. It comes in a couple different colors here. We've got the red and black model here. Really like this color, really pops, reminds me of the Fury Wagon red, that really bright, vibrant red on here. It looks good. Up front, we've got a plastic bumper. It's got a fake winch in there. We've got the nice bull bar on it. In the back, we've also got plastic bumpers here. This does have functional headlights and taillights. We've got a nice looking molded grille here, and we've got some mirrors. The rest of the details, door handles and things are stickered on. The truck sits on these 1.2 inch plastic beadlock wheels wrapped in these 60 millimeter tires. Compound on these is soft. They've got a nice feel to them. But again, I'm going to complain about the stiffness of these things. The insert in these tires is just too stiff. They're very hard little tires here. To take the body off, we've got 4 pins here. With the body off, you can see some of the new exciting changes here. So we've got an all-new aluminum chassis. Now this chassis is different from the Furitek RTRs that we've seen. It's got a little bit of a different suspension geometry setup, not as many shock options. So if we look at the Furitek RTR, this is the Fury Wagon. If we compare these kind of head to head, you can see the Fury Wagon's got more shock options kind of running down this sloping component here, where the CR18P 2024 does give you a multitude of options here, but they're up higher on the chassis. Same thing with the rear design as well. This is a nice new chassis though. You do get the multitude of shock placements. It's also got a nice 5-degree angled skid. It's going to give you that nice clearance for good breakover here, going over rocks and obstacles. It's got a nice rigid feel to it. Also looks great, the black anodized aluminum with kind of the raw beveled edges. We've got the Hobby Plus and Furitek branding on it. Suspension on here, we've got the same big bore oil filled shocks with aluminum caps that we're used to with the Furitek RTRs. These are really nice performing shocks, and I like these a lot. These are adjustable as well, so you've got the oil damping, plus you've got the preload adjustment here if you want to adjust these on the fly. For the drivetrain on this, we've got another brushless RTR from Hobby Plus and Furitek. This is running a very similar setup to the Furitek RTRs that we've seen in earlier releases. We've got the Venom brushless motor here. Nice little motor. This does tend to run a little hot, but I've got a bunch of these now and they've held up really well. Does deliver great, smooth, powerful performance out of this little thing. The Venom is mated to the CR18P single-speed transmission. Now this is locked into one gear. There is no 2-speed option on this. We do get metal gears throughout. We've got beefy plastic drive shafts coming out of the transmission at both ends. What is noteworthy though is that the rear axle and drive shaft has been modified so that we've now got a counter-rotating shaft. The purpose of that is to eliminate the torque twists on this. The CR18P is really prone to torque twist, and this should solve that issue. I'm anxious to run it and check it out for sure, but it's great to see that they've addressed that in this new model. The truck sits on these CR18P portal axles. These are a great design, really bulletproof and functional axles. Again, we've got metal gears throughout, metal gears in the portals, metal diffs. Truck runs a 4-link suspension, front and rear. And up front, these axles are going to give you a nice tight turning radius, around 45 degrees on here. We've also got a metal geared servo on axle setup. For the electronics on this thing, so now this is running a new Lizard Lite ESC here. Lots of similarities to the Lizard Pro, but you don't get the Bluetooth connectivity. This is where that programming card comes in that I mentioned here. So instead of the Bluetooth module that you're going to use to program this with the FuriKar app, you've got this program card that you're going to plug the Lizard Lite into. And then using the 3 buttons here and the lighting sequence, you've got a number of options to choose from. So all of your functionality and your adjustment you're able to access, but you've got to use this little card. Now it looks like there is still options for wireless connectivity. The Lizard Lite has this plug-in here, and the manual references a wireless connector. So I'm thinking Furitek's going to be releasing some sort of connector so that you can access the firmware upgrades that Furitek puts out for the Lizard. But it looks like Furitek probably offered this Lite model as a way to keep the cost down. And the Lizard Lite connects to this little FlySky 4-channel receiver here that mounts on this little pedestal right next to the Lizard. So small, compact, and efficient electronic setup here. Now that we hit the key features on this truck, let's kick it off with our performance tests. So we're going to hit the setup table, we're going to check out the weight distribution first, then we'll hit the indoor course, and then we're going to take it out to my favorite rock crawling spot to see how this thing does outdoors. I'm excited to get into this fun stuff, so let's see how this thing does. Let's kick this off with the weight distribution. Here we are on the 4-corner scale. So we've got 52% front, 48% rear. Slightly biased to the front, which is what we want. We'd like to shift that further forward, but we can do that with some aftermarket support. We do have a 50-50 left to right distribution and a total weight of just about 429 grams with the battery installed. Now let's hit the performance table here. Let's start with the RTI, Ramp Travel Index. Starting to lift right there. Looks about 13 on the RTI at nice performance. Next, let's do the side hill. $40. $45, starting to lift. I'd say 47 on the side hill. And now the vertical. 40, 50, 55. Oh, I'd say we touch 59 on the vertical. Out here at Crawler Heaven with the new CR18P. Beautiful day out here. Got a bunch of new sections at Crawler Heaven to try out here. Some of these look like they might be okay for the Mini. Got some new sections over there. We're going to see how this thing does. The larger scale of the 18 scale here with the portal axles and everything should do pretty well here. We'll see. Try not to roll it off the cliff on my first obstacle here. Been running this for just a little bit, just trying to get used to it and get a feel for the truck. Just hoping to get up and over that. There we go. We'll give Bicycle Bridge a shot here. So far, the Lizard Lite ESC. Oh, if I can save this. If I can save it, I want to scratch up my new body. Oh, we were pinched. Oh, we got out. Got out, but we're facing the wrong direction. So we'll get repositioned here. As I was saying, the Lizard Lite ESC, not noticing any differences here with the control compared to the Lizard Pro that's in some of the Furitek RTRs. So this seems to be a viable, more lower cost option for these ready to runs with the brushless system. Get this little truck making its way through. I really like the body too. That Rushmore body looks really good. This is a tough spot for little trucks. This thing's doing pretty good out of the box. Wow. We threw it right in the deep end with this video here, coming through this obstacle. Look at it go though. Of course, I'm going to complain about the tires. I feel like these things are held back by those tires. They claim super soft in the specs, but they are not super soft. The compound may be super soft, but the truck doesn't weigh a fraction of what it should to be able to get conformity out of those things, so the inserts are just too stiff. Come down through here, and then I'll try some of the new sections. I am mighty impressed with how it did on Bicycle Bridge, though. There's that brushless control. Oh, good departure on this, too. Very nice. One of the things I want to take a close look at is the torque twist on this thing. So, with the redesigned axles, that should have fixed it for the most part. Let's see. It looks pretty solid. What do you guys think? Yeah, that's quite composed going up that hill. Torque twist was one of the biggest complaints that this platform has gotten in the past. I think it's really noteworthy that Furitek and Hobby Plus have actually addressed that. You know, it's really nice when companies take their customers' complaints to heart and then actually fix the problem. So I really do like that Furitek and Hobby Plus have continued to evolve this platform with their collaboration. Look at this thing go. And come down this section, and then I'll try to exit over on the new one over here. This is going to be a rough decline. Let's see if we can. Nice. Very well planted there. Nice and composed. I tried to go up this when I was first messing around. It wasn't having it. Just too tricky. Maybe with different tires, I think we could do it. I brought some extra tires I'm going to try a little bit later, but oh no! I was saying I brought some extra tires, but I wanted to test it stock first, and then we'll see. Steep decline there. Lots of drop-offs. Nice. To pick a line through here, if I be able to get through. Some of these gaps are pretty big for these little tires. We'll see. Might not be that bad after all. Another test on the torque twist. I don't see that thing twist at all. On the indoor course with the new CR18P, doing this a little backwards this time because I filmed my course runs with this thing, and then while I was editing the video realized that my microphone was not plugged in and I had no audio. So we're back at it again. I will say, after driving this on the rocks, I've had a lot of fun with this truck. I'm anxious to show you guys how it does on the indoor course because it did surprisingly well out on the rocks. Those portal axles doing a great job getting us through these tricky sections. Tight steering and brushless control getting us through there pretty clean. I'm worried about the tires on the course. We'll see. Well, doing pretty good though. With more time on this truck, I've also gotten to learn how to drive it better, so we'll see how this does. no sidewall flex in those tires. No roll there, that's for sure. Coming into our challenge lines, we'll hit up Mini Moab here. So too heavy-handed with the throttle now, trying to get through the gatekeeper. Since the tires don't really grip like I want them to, you got to really kind of throttle through, but too aggressive and I launch off the course. That Venom's got plenty of punch. I do feel like I gotta dial back my reverse here. It's real touchy here. I didn't notice on the outdoor course because I didn't get into as technical of sections here, but having to really feather reverse, I need to tone that down. Here we go. Understeer. If I can try a different line here. I don't know if I'm going to stick it. We might have to pin it to win it here. I'm going to be ready to catch it. Oh, I think it's going to make it. Whoa. Interesting approach to the escalator, but it makes it. Nice. Try the side hill in practice. I've noticed that this thing will surprise you. It looks like it's going over, but it'll somehow stick. And it's really surprised me a handful of times. Oh, like that right? Jeez, I thought I was going. Makes it across again with the control and sticking, even though I thought for sure that was going over. Last challenge line on the indoor course. Let's try Hell's Gate. Oh, failing aggressively on the first try. Get through this section. Not looking good. One more try. You know, we do 3 tries on an obstacle. Let's try this one more time. Try a little different line here, coming right up the center. Sometimes on a truck with portals I can get away with this, rather than try to swing around on the outside. This thing might be too wide to swing around, but I don't think I've got the grip to go up the center. Nope. So we made it up the escalator. Hell's Gate isn't going to happen though, but still not bad for a box stock truck. And I haven't adjusted any of the suspension placement or anything like that. I think with some tuning I could get that front end to sit a little different, be a little more planted. That might make a difference. So taking advantage of the options you have with the chassis, I think we could do it. I might try to play with that a little later, but it has surprised me multiple times while driving it. When you think it's going over, when you think it's all done, it'll somehow pull it off, which makes for a really fun driving experience. Take one more spin up the canyon and we'll wrap this up. Nice. All right. Good job, little CR18P. I had a lot of fun with the CR18P 2024. I really like that Hobby Plus and Furitek are continuing to evolve this chassis and give us more options. The CR18P platform is great, so I like that they haven't messed with a lot of the things that work really well. They've just continued to enhance some of the things that need attention. It's nice to have that angled skid on there. Great that they fixed a torque twist. Love that we get the brushless motor. Some of the minor drawbacks here, you do still get quite a bit of slack in the drivetrain. The CR18P axles are prone to that. I have heard if you upgrade to a steel drive shaft, you can take out quite a bit of that slack. Tires are still too stiff. I'm going to keep saying it until Furitek and Hobby Plus throw some softer inserts in here. But overall, still a great truck. Super capable and a lot of fun right out of the box. This truck is priced at $179, about $20 less than the Furitek RTRs. You can take that 20 bucks and upgrade your tires. It is available in a couple different colors, and you can order it now through the link in the description down below. And guys, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the CR18P 2024 edition? As always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.